So over the past week, I've come to the conclusion that, well, this is essentially what I do. I wanted to take a step back, and I'm happy to go over some of the thoughts and feelings and things that have been going on in a future video, so that you have a better understanding of why I had to withdraw myself. But for the time being, I figured this information was sort of important to get out. After all, somebody is claiming that the rapture is going to start somewhere on or about the 8th of April of 2025. Now, I wasn't looking for this information. This information was sent to me by somebody that has followed me for years, and they asked my opinion on a video. So I watched the video and then I responded, and that's how this all started. So at that point, I really wanted to dig into everything that this individual had, because this wasn't a simple little prediction. That there was years of research and everything that went on in this prediction, to the point where on their YouTube channel they have a link to their academia page where they have their books and charts, and of course their YouTube channel, all the content that they've produced on that. And so I kind of sort of dug through everything. Well, I hit a little snag in that I actually was looking at some of the sources that they cited. And one of the sources, the link was dead. And I was having trouble figuring out how they came to the year 32 AD for Yeshua's death, burial, and resurrection. And so last night they had a live stream, and I decided to jump in there and actually submit the question. And the question that I submitted was, do you mind updating your citation on page 9 in your book, The End Times Timeline? The link for Palm Sunday, April 6, 32 AD is dead. Also are using the current Jewish calendar. And this was the response.
Hi, Rob Champ. Nice to see you. Okay. You're going in timeout too, Bitcoin Dominion.
The thing is, when people do things that strike me as odd, well, that's when I start digging. And of course, right after that situation, I went to the Wayback Machine to actually look at the article. And then this morning when I woke up, she had published a video that actually answered both my questions. The thing about it is, one of the things that she says in her video is this.
So this actually has been long-standing information that's been out there. Sir Robert Anderson was the first who, who did this research, and Chuck Missler has picked it up.
So this claim that Chuck Missler had picked this up is false. Yes, the link takes you back to khouse.org, but again, like I said, it's dead, and I will leave you a link to the Wayback Machine in the comments so that you can actually read it yourself. Something that you're going to notice about it is no author is listed in that article itself. Number two, Sir Robert Anderson's work is not cited. It's clear that it's his work if you go through his books or his book, but they don't cite him per se when it comes to the day counts. Number three, there is a disclaimer at the very bottom that says that these articles may not align with what K-House actually teaches. So, no, Chuck did not pick this up. And she's using that as a way to say, hey, there's credibility to this. Spend a couple of minutes, and maybe I'll take the time and I'll go through his book, because I can show you, I can take you back to the pages in the 10th edition where he is not aligning with the dates that she's giving, because she sort of deviates a little bit from that. And he is drastically wrong in 32 AD, which is interesting because he wrote the observatory in 1877 and got an answer for the new moon for 445 BC. But when it came to 32 AD, both Hebcal, which she used in her video, and Torah calendar, which they're not going to agree. Usually they're off by a day or two. But they are drastically off from the dates that he gives in his book, around the 127th page or so. That's why I had trouble trying to figure it out. And that's why 32 AD couldn't possibly be the year that Yeshua was crucified, because Passover lands on a Monday. despite what Sir Robert Anderson's saying and despite what this individual is saying.
When I say appointed times, I mean God wrote into his word, on this date, in this month, at this year, this is when this is going to happen. And so our job is to find that, to understand what it means, and to make the wise sense of what he left behind for us to find. Now, if you're able to do that, which I do believe I have done, then it's all fairly simple from there on out. I'm not the one out there saying, well, does this person agree with me? I don't care if they do or not. I know what my research was. I know it's right.
Things that people can guess. Well, if the 70th week is supposed to start on Nisan 10 of the 70th Jubilee year, and if the 70th Jubilee year is 2025, that would mean April 8th, 2025 would be the start of the 70th week.
The only thing that's going to happen on April 8th is your 45th birthday.